What's up? Let me go down. Yo, what's up? Who all in here? Yo, what's up? Who all in here? Bye. Bro. You gotta change it, bro. Well, oh yeah, I was listening. Tweet, hold on. Well, oh yeah, I was listening. Tweet, hold on. Yeah, invited you to play type. I should be able to have it now. Yeah. See, I knew I have it. See, I know I had. I know I had it. Go up in the air, go up back down. I know I had it. Go anywhere you want. You already know I'm gonna have it. So no. Y'all ain't gonna talk, bro. I ain't gonna talk. I see how it is now. Okay, I'm gonna play Little Company. Online. Air record what? Yo. Alright, bro. Yeah. Yeah, this is my second time being inside of a crew. What's up, Kier me? Kier me? Kier me?
Wait, Oliver. Yo, what's up? Hello? What's up?
Yo. Yeah.
John?
Yo, hello?
What's up?
Hang on. Yeah.
Yo, hello? Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Hear me through the mic? Hang
I
So,
on.
can hear you. It's
yeah,
some
bro, this is
random
my
guy during our
second
shift.
crew I've been in.
Hello?
Yo,
I know what to do and stuff, but I just
Hang on.
like,
can you see me?
I don't really know the monsters. For real.
Oliver, can you hear me?
But yeah. Let me order me
Hello?
a,
Yo, what's up?
I can. Pro flash. Oh, I
Okay.
probably don't got enough. I'm just such a flashlight.
Hello. Johnny,
What's up?
wait. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Server host
I can't hear
disconnected.
through this shit, bro.
This is wild. System is online.
John?
Yeah.
I'm about to just host one for her.
Oh, you joined again.
John?
Yeah?
Welcome to your first day on the job. This is your very own autopilot ship, where you will eat and sleep for the duration of your contract.
I thought that shit was funny.
I didn't know they added. I didn't know they added women in the last update.
Hey, I like this style. Got a mic?
Yeah, he definitely does to hear the echo.
Oh my.
Welcome to your first day on the job. This is your very own autopilot ship, where you will eat and sleep for the duration of your contract. Make yourself at home. To complete the onboarding process, you will want to check the instruction manual and sign into your ship's computer terminal. We trust you will be a great asset to the great asset to the company. Great asset.
As a disabled business owner, my time is mostly spent writing emails and before Shopify.
Hey, it's Dry Bear. Today we're going to talk about everything that you need to know to get started in Lethal Company, which is a brand new co-op dungeon delving game where you dive for scraps in a very lethal, hostile environment.
As a disabled business owner, my time is mostly spent writing emails and before Shopify.
Hey, it's Dry Bear. Today we're going to talk about everything that you need to know to get started in Lethal Company, which is a brand new co-op dungeon delving game where you dive for scraps in a very lethal, hostile environment and try to survive by yourself or with teammates. It honestly even has vibes of paranormal investigation games where you bring equipment and you risk your life going into a dangerous area to try and survive and come back for some benefit. But rather than investigating like you do in games like Phasmophobia or Demonologist, you're scavenging for materials. The game is comprised of individual runs. You will start a run with a couple days to meet a certain quota, and then if you meet that quota, you will move on to the next run where the quota will increase, and you'll have a set amount of time to complete that as well. But if you fail to meet the quota or die too many times, you will lose and reset and start the run over again. So that is the core gameplay loop. On your ship, you will see a quota above the main terminal that shows you how much time you have to earn the quota that you need. But let's talk about your home base real quick, your main ship. There's two main screens to interact with. Your monitor, which shows where all the players in your party are located, the details of the location you're currently hovering above, and it allows you to land on a moon or take off from a moon to adjust your plans. Next to that is the terminal, and this is where you buy gear from the store. This is where you change locations or route to a new location, where the player that's playing the command chair role can interact with items and objects that are inside of the facility you are landing landed at, and so on. So the first thing you're going to do is select a location to land on to start looting. You have a set amount of days to complete your quota, and each day is an entire time spent at one location. So when you land on a moon to gain scrap, that will take an entire day. When you leave, the day will be over, and that is it. You will start the day at 8:02 a.m. exactly and be able to go into the facility to start looting. And as the day goes later and later, as it goes into night, more and more monsters start appearing outside of the facility and inside the facility, making it more dangerous to stick around. And at exactly midnight that day when you're landed on a moon, if you are not on the ship will still leave without you. Its autopilot managed to leave exactly at midnight. So you have from 8:02 a.m. to 12 a.m. in order to get the loot, get it back to the ship, and get off the planet. When selecting a moon to land on, you'll see them kind of grouped in 3 different groups. The first 3 moons that you have here are going to be moons that are the easiest difficulty and are free to travel to. It doesn't cost you any amount of credits in order to move to that moon, and you can loot them. The second grouping here of 2 are about medium difficulty, and they're also free to travel to, so you'll get a little bit more loot from these on average, not always the case, but on average, but the difficulty will be a little bit higher and you'll face more aggressive enemies. And the last grouping of moons are moons that have very high hostility, but also very high loot density. However, they do cost credits to travel to. It's not free to travel to these moons. These are more for your end of run or when you're very wealthy. When selecting a moon to land on, you want to pay attention to the conditions that are on it. If you see eclipsed or flooded or stormy or foggy, all of these are weather effects that will affect the moon, and generally you want to aim to land on moons that have no effects at all. Foggy makes it so it's very hard to see outside of the facilities, so if you're on a moon where you land and the distance between your ship and the facility is not a minor amount, you can very easily get lost in the fog, not being able to see where you're going. Stormy makes it dangerous to carry metallic objects from the facility to your ship. This is a big problem because you're collecting scraps. A lot of the items that you're bringing back are metallic, like screws or sheet metal or engines, and if you hold these in your hand for a couple seconds in a stormy environment, you'll get zapped by lightning and instantly die. Now later on, you can get a teleporter that goes from the facility to the ship if you have a lot of money, or you can just periodically drop your metallic items and pick them up after the lightning has passed, and it takes a little longer, but you can get to your ship with this method. Flooded blocks off some areas and makes it more dangerous to travel, but by far the worst one that you want to avoid at all costs is eclipsed. Remember earlier I told you that the beginning of the day is safest and at nighttime it is the most dangerous, because at night is when all the monsters tend to come out. However, if you land on a moon that is eclipsed, it means it starts the day at nighttime, which means you are at your most dangerous at the very beginning of the day, and it's usually recommended to avoid any eclipsed moon if you're trying to loot. Once you've selected a moon to land on, you'll jump out and you'll have from 8:02 a.m. to midnight to loot the facility and get items back to your ship. The facility is basically a randomly generated dungeon, so it'll have a different layout and different items and different enemies, and every time it'll be a little bit different when you go inside. Use right-click on PC to scan for nearby enemies or objects in your area, and I recommend hitting this constantly so you can always see things that pop up that you might miss. This will also allow you to find your ship if it's obscured, and also find the main entrance of the facility if you're looking to find your way in. Also keep in mind that every single facility that you land at has at least 2 entrances. There's usually at least a main entrance and a fire escape, sometimes multiple fire escapes, and so if you ever get to a point where you can't enter the main entrance because there's an enemy nearby, you might want to go find the fire escape, or you might just have to leave early. Once inside, you're looking for items that have high value, or really just any items in general. And these items come in 2 different categories: items that can be held in one hand and just held in your inventory, and items that are heavy and have to be held with both hands at once, which means when you have the 2-handed items in your hand, you can't interact with objects other than doors, you can't pick anything else up, you have to put the big item down in order to pick something up and then pick the big item up again. And while you have 4 inventory slots, this means you can't carry more than 1 2-handed item at a time. So if you find an engine or a nuclear reactor or something that requires both your hands to hold, you can only have 1 of those, so ideally you want to fill up your other slots before grabbing one of those if you can. Now keep in mind that every piece of scrap that you find is worthless if you don't bring it back to the ship. If it's outside the ship when the ship leaves, or if you die, anything that's not on the ship will be taken and removed from your storage. So you have to get the items from the facility all the way to the ship and get them on board and survive in order to hold on to those so that you can sell them for money. Now inside the facilities, you will run into a bunch of obstacles. Most of these are monsters that will start showing up more and more often as the day gets later and later. And you also find traps and other obstacles that might exist. a steam valve might blow open and give you reduced visibility, making your flashlights useless, and you have to wander your way through the steam to turn off the valve. There are landmines on the ground, which thankfully don't have a radius to them. It's more if you just touch them or step on them directly. So if, when you hear them beeping, you want to avoid them at all costs.
Thinking that I was going to find the next big thing. But I turned around when I got to the top of the mountain, and I saw my three Argentine colleagues, Marcelo, Sui, Bariku, and Gabriel Saul, all kind of gathered around this spot that didn't really look like it was much of anything. And so I go down there because they're lingering there. Maybe they found something interesting. I returned to the spot where I had found the bone, and I saw something astonishing. Exposed half a femur. The bone is 6'3" long, so we knew we had a giant titanosaur. And soon, other bones started it was articulated, meaning that the bones were still touching each other like they were in life. We started to see that this was giving us our best window yet into the anatomy of the largest creatures to walk the planet. To protect the bone and transport, we wrap it with bandages
At all.
200 square meters of rock as hard as concrete. After 4 more really grueling field seasons, so that's 5 years, we end up with 70% of the skeleton from the neck down, which was almost 3 times more complete than the next best preserved supergiant. We had this huge creature, maybe the most massive dinosaur ever discovered. Where does this thing rank compared to other giant titanosaurs? There's an equation you can use based off of modern animals that allows you one way to calculate an estimate of the weight of an extinct animal using the circumference of the upper arm bone, the humerus, and the femur, the thigh bone. But for most of these dinosaurs, they don't have the fossil remains, so the weight is more of a guess. But we have the 2 bones that we need. Now we have the key to understanding the mass of this great creature. We start to do the math. We know this individual is one of the largest ever discovered. Is it the largest? When we finally did crunch the numbers, the number that came out was something like 59 metric tons, 65 short tons that we use here in the U.S., which was mind-boggling to me. An animal that's 65 tons is the mass of 13 African elephants, the most massive land animal for which we can calculate a weight. This was a very exciting, very tantalizing result. Our next question was, is this a new species of titanosaur? And the only way to find out was to study it in minute detail.
Oh my god! I'm mixing ingredients through the toolkit.
It's delicious.
What is taking you down?
Arby's made chicken wraps 2 for $5 because it's impossible to pick a favorite from honey mustard, ranch, and barbecue. But don't ever forget, you are Arby's favorite. Arby's, we have the meat. That salt could have ended up in a half-empty box in a half-empty pantry. But now, it's lucky enough to find itself circling a crisp, refreshing, dressed Mercedes. Congratulations, Salt.
brands by Wyndham to choose from. Your Wyndham is waiting. Get the lowest price at Wyndham Hotels.
No tycoon is wild.
This launch needs a surprise. Launch is on me. You ready to get this? Smell the fire. What's up, price?
Try killing bugs the worry freeway.
Yacht Simulator? What?
With no odor and no mess. They work continuously, so you don't have to. Zero. People friendly, bug deadly.
Okay, these are. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is her.
So much. By the time I was 13, I was volunteering at our local dinosaur museum. That's when I started taking pictures of this giant dinosaur that was coming from the edge of the world. You know, it's the biggest dinosaur. Really? Okay. I'll believe it when I see it. And we went into the basement when we opened the door and saw 300 containers.
Hard and cheap.
It was way more than I ever could have expected. I was a fossil preparator, and my job was to extract things out of the rock so we could examine them in close detail.
We didn't know whether it's a new species, so we had to look for novel features in its skeleton.
You're making maybe a dime size of progress a day, but little by little, day after day, it's all just coming together. It's really slow, but I love it.
To establish a new species of dinosaur, you have to see at least one feature in its bones that hasn't been seen in any other dinosaur. Eventually, after 3 years, we have the full skeleton just laid out on every tabletop. The 30-foot tail was laid out along one wall and down part of the neck. The humor is standing by the door. Now we can see this 77-million-year-old skeleton in all its glory. And finally, work out what it was. We began to get a full set of measurements. This animal would have been 85 feet long. That's the size of a basketball court. At the shoulder, it would stand 2 stories high. This was an immense animal. Now, based on all our lab work, we could see that it had unique features that hadn't been seen in any other dinosaur. This was a new species of titanosaur. Now we need a name. What would this animal have to fear in its land?